big. Get this set up quick. There he is.
Hey, oh, there now? No, I'm still not there. It's not there.
Here. Can y'all hear me?
No.
Pat, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me, man?
I
Please
can
tell me
hear
you
you.
can. All right, good. That's all that matters. All right. All right.
Now I think they can hear the both of us.
Hey, yes. Before we get started, Wilkes, are we both unmuted? Because this time around, if one of us is not unmuted, especially you, and you kind of just after I ask how your day's gonna be, and you go through it and they can't hear you, I'm gonna make you say it all again. We gotta clean this stuff up.
I understand, man. As you know, it's difficult sometimes. Let's see.
Hey, they should be able to.
Alright, yeah, they can hear us. We're good to go. Where'd you go? Where'd your picture go? How'd you leave?
Okay. I disappeared. Okay.
Hold up. Your thing went away.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say I disappeared for a minute again. That crap that happened last time. Okay, so hoping that doesn't happen anymore. You ready to go, man?
Yeah, let me get your picture on here again.
I mean, we're never gonna go famous. We're never gonna be.
We just suck too much at technology. We need to bring somebody in.
Yeah. Once we get the endorsements and the sponsors and stuff, the sponsors and stuff, we'll bring somebody in.
Oh yeah, we're just waiting on that.
Am I back up there now?
Alright. I think we're good. I think we're golden now, man.
Looks like I'm back up there now. Cool. All right, let's do it. All right, Wilkes. All right, let's do it. We're back, man. Sunday night, we're trying to Sunday night. Absolutely, trying to Sunday night episode. Yeah, absolutely, trying to Sunday night episode. We'll kind of see which one we like better. We'll kind of see which one we like which one the fans like better. On either Sunday or Wednesday night, because as we said before, probably right now, slow and not much is going on in the NBA, and not much is going on in the NBA, and throw in some college basketball as well. And then also bring on some guest speakers and stuff. We're probably gonna knock it down to once a week. We're probably gonna knock it down to once a week closer to season, when training camps and all that great training camps and all that great stuff started. Weekend, man, what you do? Did you weekend, man? What you do? Were you exciting? Anything? Were you exciting? What you do this week? Just hang out. What'd you do this week?
Work. Played a lot of college football. So much college football already. It's been. I just brought Tulsa a natty about 2 hours ago.
So we like to hear it.
You know, I'm trying to bring it back to the top.
It'll never happen in real life. It'll never happen in real life. That's okay. Never happen in real life. That's okay.
Beautiful campus, though. Beautiful campus.
Beautiful. Hey, yeah, we were there. We've seen it. We were there. We've seen it. Great. We've seen Tulsa's campus. It was great.
Exactly. That's why I had to bring Marine.
But Brought him a ring. We're gonna put him back on the map. Brought him a ring. Yeah, we're gonna put him back on the map. I'm glad that you got to enjoy your weekend. I'm glad that you got to enjoy your weekend and kind of just hang out and play video games and do nothing. I got to do something that I would not have wanted to do anything else but this. I got to coach basketball this weekend, man. I got basketball this weekend, man. I got to go coach an AAU. Great day on Saturday. Played a great first game. Played a good team in the first round, or the first game in the first round, or the first pulled out a 4-point win. I had to get my bag a little bit. I had to get my bag a little bit. The drops and stuff. Second game, I'm telling you, we routed this team, man. Second game, we won this team, man. We won our second game by 50, and we won our second game by 50, and I'm not even kidding. And then we got to tournament play today, and things didn't go as well as we things didn't go as well. We kind of got smacked in the mouth wanted to. We kind of got smacked in about 2 o'clock and this afternoon. So the AAU tournament kind of ended earlier than expected. But hey, I will say, I don't know if any of my boys were listening. Big shout out to them, man. Big shout out to them. Great players, great boys. Big shout out to them. Great players, great boys. May have played our last AAU tournament for the summer. Until next summer, and it's time for high school ball now. High school ball starting back up, so we're running through the gauntlet. I'm a coach. We're running through the gauntlet now. The pay doesn't show. The pay doesn't show at all, but that's okay. The pay doesn't show at all, but that's okay. That's great. It's all right.
Hey, it's about coaching them up. It's not about the money, Pat.
That's right. All right. Apparently, I'm echoing. So you're going to get that fixed. What the comments are saying, so you're going to get that fixed. Go ahead and get that.
Don't worry, I don't remember how to do this. Don't worry, I don't remember how to fix it at all. So.
Oh man, that's great. Oh,
now are you still echo, Magoo?
Well, let's give it a second. Let it load for a minute. Oh man, we're good. We're prime now. We're good. So let's get into it. So today, what we're gonna have going on is we're gonna talk some summer league here to start out. What's been going on right here before the playoffs starts up here with the top 4 teams going to like a little tournament action, see who the summer league champion, so to speak, is. And then also, if you read the post on the social medias, whichever one you looked at, we're going to get you up. We're going to get the crowd involved. So throughout the episode, send in questions, man. Send in questions. It doesn't have to just be specifically what we're talking about. I'm saying send in questions. Basketball in general, basketball this, NBA, college. If you want to try some college stuff, send in some questions. We'll get y'all involved a little bit, and then also it's going to be kind of a shorter episode than normal, probably. So we're going to do summer league. You all send questions. We'll answer those as we go, and then I've got a couple questions that me and Wilkes are going to answer together, and then Wilkes is going to have a couple questions as well. We're just going to kind of talk about that stuff. It's kind of I kind of was telling Wilkes, it's kind of a throwback, kind of a retro type of episode tonight. So, because we're going to be talking about all-time stuff, top players, top coaches, all that good stuff. Going to go in the past a little bit, see what we can do. We kind of have a pretty cool episode, get y'all involved. So, Wilkes, let's get started, man. We'll start with the summer league. Here. Seen some dudes really kind of like showing that, and not just rookies. I'm talking second-year players and players that are still trying to make a name for themselves, whether that's they're in the G League right now and they're trying to work their way up, or if they're kind of riding the 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 spot on the bench where they're not seeing the floor very much right now, making a name for themselves, showing some new stars. I mean, what do you got to say about it? I mean, it's been kind of cool this summer.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing a lot of uh, new guys obviously coming into the league and kind of finding their footing playing against some higher competition every night. And there's been some really bad performances, but there's also been some really good standout performances as well, not to include, all the guys that uh, played in summer league last year, or there's kind of some G League vets or some older NBA guys that may have not found their way into the league right now that are kind of playing some good ball every now and then. So it's
Right,
really intriguing to see right now.
right. I hear you. It's been pretty cool. So we're kind of gonna do this summer league thing with kind of the approach that we had for the last episode when we broke down the regular season and also the playoffs. You kind of just like recognize some dudes and what they're talking, kind of give them like the accolade or something like that. So first of all, in the summer league, man, who's the best player you've seen? Maybe it don't have to be the best. Um, yeah, we can split that up. We'll say best first, not favorite, not favorite. We're gonna say best. Best player so far in the summer league.
I've got two of them, Pat. I've got two of them because I couldn't decide which one I like more, and they're a little homer picks, maybe you could say, but there's reasoning behind them. Firstly is going to be the guy I said was going to win Rookie of the Year this next coming year. He's going to be the best player in the draft, I think. Matas Buzelis. He's been a 20-point per game scorer. He has some nasty highlights already. I know you might have saw that one poster that
Yeah,
he
yeah,
had. Absolutely disgusting. He can do everything. Um, every game the Bulls have won, it's been because he had a standout performance. Um, I think he's been playing very good. It gives me a lot of hope in him actually maybe being the rookie of the year if he can carry that over. And my second one is my boy Scottie Pippen Jr. from the Grizz. Uh, he's going to probably be our backup point guard this year if I had to guess, just because we don't have someone to fill that role right now. But he's been hooping. I mean, you know, he was hooping in college, and then he kind of didn't do anything after that for the first year two. I think he's been in the league 2 years now,
yeah,
and did
yeah.
anything really. But he's been hooping. He had a triple double earlier today in that game. Cruz won. He didn't shoot very well, but
Yeah.
it's the little things. It's the little things.
Hey, I love that you said that. I love that you said the little things, man. Preaching the little things. That's great. I don't know how many times the my players are probably sick and tired of hearing me say it's all about the little things because I probably say it 100 times in practice or 100 times
It is.
winning after a game. But it's all about those little.
So
All right. So
you can have
was
an
that
awful night shooting, but
there? You can yeah. You can have awful night shooting, but you can also get a steal here, lock a dude up here, get a block here, get a rebound here, get an assist here. It's all that stuff. Uh, so was that your best players and favorite? If not, what's your favorite? Who's your favorite players? Or was it Buzelis?
I mean, it's hard not to say Luzillis is my favorite, but I'll give a low key shout out to. You're gonna hate this, or you may
Oh,
love it. I don't know.
you're gonna hate
It's
it.
one of the two between. I was watching last night, and this guy had an amazing game. Like an amazing game. He was carrying every time he was on the court.
I know who you're gonna say.
Your boy Jamarion Sharp, doo doo, he was hooping. He was hooping, bro. I'm telling you.
I hope that Gavin Dickerson and anybody else that played in the second region in Kentucky basketball just heard what you said right there because that's just awful. That's just awful. I played against him. I played against
Bro,
him
I'm
for
telling
like
you.
I played against him for 5, 6 years in travel ball, and we gave him the work. But hey, I guess he's the one that made it out. And hey, here we go. I'm glad you said this guy's name. I'm glad you said his name because I've got another saying for you. So you know the first one is you can't teach dog, right? I've been saying that forever. It's actually our hashtag today. on our post is that you can't teach dog. That's period. You're either a dog or you're not. The second one is, hey, you can be able to take a shot. You might be able to shot. You might be a shot taker, but you might not be a shot maker. Well, here's number three, and this is 100% true. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how uncoordinated. I don't care how soft you are inside. I don't care if you're just a decent shot blocker. I don't care. As long as you're those things, or if you're not those things, there's one thing that you can't teach. There's another thing that you can't teach, and that is you can't teach 7 foot. That's why that dude right there has been successful. That's why that dude right there has been successful and been able to go on his career, because you can't teach 7 foot. So I'm 7 foot. I'm in the NBA right. If I'm 7 foot, I'm in the NBA right now too, and I'm not doing this podcast. Right. That no, I did not expect that at all. Great for him, man. I could say that I played against. I see I could play against a dude that played major Division One basketball, and also is now in the summer league for the NBA. He's probably going to get a G League or a 10-day.
He was hooping too. He was hooping.
Hey, good for him, man. Great to see that. Great to see that. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and do mine so we can kind of forget about that. My best player slash favorite player is the same person, and you already know where I'm going with this, because no, you said probably going to be the rookie of the year. You're absolutely right. It's not who's it's not good. It is going to be Reed Sheppard. It is going to be Reed Sheppard. This dude comes in. I know it's summer league. I know what we can. You can say that. It's the summer league, and it's not. He's not playing against the best of the best quite yet, but he's playing against some of the best. Because these dudes, not all these dudes, or not all those college players that he played against, made it to the NBA. Now he's playing against these dudes that did make it to the NBA. That's another. That's another 2%. 2% of high school players make it to college basketball. 2% of college basketball players make it to the professionals. It's the 2% rule. Um, and he's coming out here dropping 20 plus, and he's not just dropping 20 plus. He's getting 5+ boards, 5+ assists, knocking down 3 or 4 threes at a very, very good rate. Shooting, I'm pretty sure he's shooting 60+% from three, if not 50. I could be maybe blowing it up just a little bit. And did you see that move he had, man? Did you see what he? I don't remember which game it was, man. He caught it on the right wing, and he crossed back. No, he caught it on the at the top of the key. He took a dribble right, came back left, rose up like he was about to shoot it, and then just kind of like an in and out, like hesitation, and pushed it forward. And I don't remember who he went by. It was one that I was like, I didn't know that dude had it in his bag. That guy right there, Reed Shepherd's best player in the game right now. And that's period. And that's period. He's proven it. He might be, yeah, I might be a little biased there, but dude, numbers don't lie. That dude's a dog. That dude is a
He's been
dog.
good.
So Reed Shepherd, 100%. Guy has to be best player, favorite player in the summer league. I guess you call it regular season, since they're about to start the little 14 playoff thing. So give me Reed Shepherd. All right, man. All right. Let's go surprise player. Who's kind of surprised you a little bit this summer league? Who's kind of like saying, "Hey, the spotlight wasn't really on me, but hey, I stepped into it though, or I'm trying to step into it." So who you got?
I'm going to give a shout out to this guy. He was not a highly picked player, so I wouldn't say the eyes were on him. But I guess somebody had to kind of pick it up and run with it. I'm gonna go with my boy Cam Christie.
Hey, I seen something today. He knocked down. Go ahead. You're probably about to say it. Today.
Yeah, I mean he was hooping. Yeah, he's been hooping the past 2-3 games now, and I mean he's a problem. He's looking like he could be a pretty decent just role player for an NBA team. You want somebody to come in and get buckets, he'll get it to you. So
I said it. I said it in the draft. This dude right here, he's not going to be. He's probably not going to be like a high level defender, but he's going to be a high level scorer. He really can be. And sorry, I was thinking of yesterday. It was yesterday's game, I think. Maybe not. Anyways, there was a game he knocked down 6 or 7 threes. So, yeah, um, there's a dog. Yeah, Cam Christie's going to be all right. He's going to be able to score the rock. So, my surprise play, and I was kind of watching him. I only caught one of their games. It was the Heat, and the game that I caught watching him. He was that guy. He was that guy that he's kind of like a Derek Lively kind of player, but he can also step out 15 foot, and even he can kind of step out to the perimeter and shoot a three every now and then. He can also play that dunker spot and be a great screener, and that's Khalil Ware for the Heat, man. I watched the game. I watched him play the other day. He's playing right. He's playing all right. I mean, he's getting 15, 16. The game I watched, he had 20 and I think 12. He's getting those 15, 16 plus points. He's grabbing 10 plus boards. He's getting a couple shot blocks, and then he's shooting at 60% rate. He really, I was like, I watched him in college, and then I seen he was picked 15th in this past draft, and I was like, okay, good pick. I mean, he's got a lot of potential, but I think it's going to be I still think it's going to be a couple years until he's effective in the NBA, but I think he's going to translate quicker than what I was expecting after right after he was drafted. I mean, he's really taken like a. He wasn't just like playing in the shadow and being the trash man down there for the Heat so far in the summer league. He's out there like playing. Like, hey, give me the rock. I'm ready to play. He's getting double doubles and blocking shots, being a rim protector. So Khalil Ware, that's my surprise player. I've been impressed with him so far. So. Yeah. All right. Next up, who's next up in the league? Not non-rookie. This is going to be non-rookie, so it can be already have a year in the league. Who's next up? Who's going to be? Who has the chance of being on an NBA roster this year and actually like providing minutes? And I've got mine. And but go ahead. I'll let you start.
I don't know if this guy will get minutes on his team just because of what they already have. I don't know if he's going to be able to slot back up in there, but Kevin Knox has been playing out of his mind the next few games, and I don't know why. I don't know where this came from. I don't know where this was at. The 4 seasons he was in the maybe 5 seasons he was in the NBA now, but he's been playing very good. He had a nasty little putback the other night I saw. He's been good spreading the floor, shooting three. He's just getting a little bit of everything going right now. It's kind of scary. He might be back.
Might be back. Kevin Knox. Heck yeah, Kentucky boy. I can't believe you actually said that. That's great. I love it. Hey, talking about dunks, you're saying Kevin Knox putback. Who was that cat from? Who I don't remember who it was. Best dunk in the summer league so far. He drove middle. I don't remember who he was playing for. And I'm telling you, I've never seen. I'm like these dudes,
Yeah.
in the league right now aren't ballsy enough to sit there and say, "Hey, I just beat my man off the dribble. My defender's still in my hip pocket. I'm going to go up and dunk on this dude. And I'm not just going to go up and dunk on this dude. The ball's going to touch my heels when I'm going up to cock it back and then put it down." I watched that game and watched that dunk happen, and I just sat there like, "Oh my gosh!" I don't remember who it was now, but dude, that's got to be on like. Have you seen the YouTube stuff where they have like top 100 dunks, top 100 plays in the past X amount of years?
Yeah.
That's going to be on. That's going to be on there. Like you can't not. Insane, nasty, cold blooded is what that was. But anyways,
It was nasty.
my non-rookie next up. This dude got buckets. He's playing for the Nets, and that's why I'm saying he might actually be able to provide for the Nets this year. And that's Jalen Wilson, a former Kansas Jayhawk. I watched them. I think they were playing the Thunder. I think it was last week. Dude had like 35. Absolute hooper. And in college, he was a great player. I mean, like I think he was an All American in college for Kansas, or at least on one of the teams, one of the top accolade teams. And a great player, can shoot anywhere on the floor. But now this dude's hitting like side steps with a hand in his face, falling away from the rim, shooting a three, beat somebody off the dribble, just getting buckets on dudes. Like Jalen Wilson, being in Brooklyn, he's in a great spot for his career. He's in a great spot to start his career because I think that dude right there might get a contract and might be able to be one of the top 10 players on that team, if not top 8 or 7 or 8, and see some minutes this year, and he can flat fill it up. I mean, flat fill it up, dude. Especially the game that I watched. But yeah, my next up, Jalen Wilson, Kansas Jayhawk, Bill Self-Blood. It's great. It's great. So, all right,
I
what
like
about
it. I like it.
solid, man? What about early translation player? Which rookie? I mean, rookie, or we'll just say dude that kind of maybe got stored in the G League a little bit this year. Who's going to translate really well? Well, whose game should translate really well to the league?
Um, you actually talked about this man earlier. I'm going to give that award to Mr. Reed Shepard. Uh, I do think he has been playing one of the best rookies so far. I think that his shooting will be able to carry him, especially playing in that Rockets offense. Jalen Green, and Jabari, and Sengun. I think that he'll be able to have a pretty big role in that offense, just being able to spread the floor. And then, I mean, he's also a good facilitator. You can put the ball in his hands and kind of let Jalen Green and Jabari and them play off. So I think I think he'll be able to provide right away. Honestly,
Think he starts this year?
I think he does too.
You think he starts this year? Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal. Love to hear it. Reed Shepard love. That's what we love around here. Reed Shepard love.
Hurts me to say
it. Reed Shepard love. All right, I have two for early. Well, I have three. I put Reed too, but since you said it, I'm not going to go into it. That's great. I'm glad you're the one that got to that first. I have two early translation players, and that's Stephon Castle. I know he only got to play a couple games, maybe 1 or 2 games in the summer league so far, which might be smart. They probably said this dude played those 1 or 2 summer league games, and Spurs said, "Oh, all right, yeah, he's done because he's not getting hurt. We do not want to lose him this year." I mean, 3-and-D guy, like you said on the draft edition, the draft episode, a ceiling of like a Jimmy Butler type player. I think he might be able to, with Castle's build. I think he has a build kind of like a dude that can maybe stretch the floor, shoot the three ball maybe a little bit better than Jimmy. I'm not saying Jimmy can't shoot the three, but I mean he's not one of the better shooters. He does other things. I think Stephon Castle, if he can add that to his game, he could really get to Jimmy Butler level with the 3-and-D guy. He can be an elite scorer because I mean right now they have Wemby. I mean that's going to be their go-to guy is Wemby, and then they're going to have Devin Vassell, who's going to be another scorer. Chris Paul is probably going to give them. Chris Paul is probably not. Chris Paul is probably going to give them 12, 15 points a game. You know, so Stephon Castle really, I can see it. It won't be first. I don't think it'll be right out the gate. But I mean, the minutes and his health all being given the right thing, all being good. Uh, I say by mid-season, if not, it might be later, maybe later on in the season, second half of the season, he could be the third option on that team. He could really be the third option on that team. I mean, who is it right now? Chris Paul? It's what you have to say. It's not Harrison Barnes. It's not Harrison Barnes.
Jeremy Sochan, baby.
Chill out with that. That dude's about to set. He's probably gonna get traded to the Pistons because they'll take anybody. He might or the Wizards. He might fit really well out there with Kyle Kuzma and Jordan Poole. He'll get really good.
Look alike
in Washington, so he can go run. They're starting five in Washington. Could be Sochan, Poole, Kuzma and Sar. That'd be great. Great, and then Valanciunas. So great stuff. Uh, but no, yeah, Stephon Castle, and also I like Isaiah Collier too for the Jazz. I mean, he's still the 3-pointer, being able to shoot the three. That's going to have to really come around, or he's not really going to translate as well as he thinks. He can fill it up pretty well just because he's a bruiser. He's great getting inside. He's got a lot of size. He can beat somebody. If he can stretch the floor like that, being a bigger guy. I mean, he is. But 6'4", 6'5". Really, really stocky. He can turn and he can handle the ball really well. He can play the point guard. He can play the 2 guard. He could turn into like a Jalen Brunson type player if he can be able to shoot the three. Like kind of like at his own pace type of guy, getting what he wants. So those are my early translation players for the NBA. All right, underperformer. We probably had the same one. I want to say it's probably pretty much everybody's underperformer in the summer league right now. I'll just let you go ahead and name this dude off.
I'm assuming we're both talking about Mr. Sar.
Oh yeah, like no doubt.
Yeah, having a 0-0 stat line is just that's impressive, honestly.
Like, what are you doing? Like, it doesn't make sense. Getting drafted second, and then you come in and you just lay an egg. Like you lay an egg. Like what? Come on, man. I get it. First game, you go 0 for 15. Whatever. First game, I guess we can let it go. Then the second game, comes back the next game and just does the same thing. I mean, very inconsistent right now. Man, I don't know. We'll just see how he goes. See how he pans out.
The
Yeah,
team fit with Washington, though, on the bright side.
great fit. He'll start there. So, be great for them. All right. So the final thing for the summer league, man. Who's winning it? Who's winning the summer league championship? We have.
And you already know. Memphis, baby. I think the Heat won earlier, so that's who they'll play. I think.
No, they played the Clippers.
No, they just played the Clippers.
They played the Clippers. Yeah. Oh, yes, that was. Never mind. Sorry, you're right. Yes, you're correct.
I think the Heat won. I
believe you're right. Let me look. I don't know. I forgot those games were today.
Yeah. Grizz won by 1 against the Clippers. Jalen Wells had an amazing game. Future stud. And I think the Heat ended up winning. I could be wrong.
Yes, they did by 3. Yeah, they won by 3. Beat the Warriors by 3. That's my pick. Heat, man. Khalil Ware. Bringing it to Miami. Bringing back another championship to Miami in the summer league. You're the Miami.
They ain't got an answer for Scottie Pippen Jr. and Jalen Wells. I ain't even gonna say Gigi's name because Gigi pisses me off too much. But
oh man, that's great.
Hey, we're doing all this without Edie too. That's all I'm saying. Played one game.
Whatever. The heck with that. All right. So yeah, that's a summer league, man. Bunch of rising stars. Looking great. So before we move on, I think we're going to do some questions next. I've got something over here that we're just going to kind of talk about. It could get controversial. It could get good conversations about to happen. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Hey, for the people watching, send in some questions. If you want some answered, it'd be great. That could be something that we do as well. So, like I said at the beginning, we're going to kind of do a little throwback type of deal and just kind of mix it in with today's game. So I got some questions here, and I'll start out with the first one here. First question, what I have is what coach from the past? I mean, it could be the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2000s. We'll just say the 2000s because, quite a few of the coaches from the 2010s are either still coaching now or they were coaching in the 2020s but might not be coaching now. So I've got 2 that would translate. I really wanted to find somebody that would be kind of a sleeper kind of a pick. But I really just couldn't. I couldn't really think of one just kind of like play style and stuff like that. But I'm gonna say Phil Jackson, Pat Riley. I mean, Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson is the best. He's the second best coach of all time. He has the most championships. He's got 11 freaking rings, man. You can't beat that. He's got over 1,100 wins. I don't. I think he'd have to change his offense. That's for sure. Because I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you remember in the 2010s when he was coaching the Knicks there for a year or two, and he still tried to implement that triangle offense. It just wasn't going to work then, and it really, really won't work today because of how. Because it'll bring the spacing in today's game is just a lot more. That triangle offense it's a great motion offense. It's just there's just so many people, on the same side at once that the spacing won't be very well. So who you got? And then Pat Riley. I mean, he's just a straight winner. I mean, Pat Riley he knows how to. I mean, he did it when he was coaching, and he's still doing it as an executive. I mean, he's still kind of like a coach, so to speak, as the executive for the Heat. And I mean, they won those championships. And so Pat Riley, Phil Jackson. Who do you have? You got anybody different?
I was trying to think of someone different than Phil Jackson because that's who I was going to say. Just because I feel like that's an obvious answer. One of the most successful basketball coaches of all time. I think he would probably be prominent in any decade at this point. I mean, he had some very good players play for him. Don't get me wrong, but I think he could probably make just about anything work, no matter what style was. So, I think if you put him in today's NBA, where you have, I'm not saying they're more talented players in today's NBA, but a lot of them can do everything compared to where guys were more specialized in one specific category back whenever he was coaching. And so I think if you bring him in today's NBA where you can have somebody that's like a good shot creator, like maybe not as good as Kobe was, don't get me wrong, but somebody that can create a shot like that, but that's for four guys on the court instead of one. And you have somebody that's good in the post, big man like Shaq, except for this guy can also space the floor.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I think he could make just worlds meet. Amazing basketball.
So. Phil Jackson would be great. Phil Jackson would be great. So, cool. Yeah, I like it. Another great mind that maybe could do it. I don't know, Larry Brown. I don't know if you know who Larry Brown is. He was the Pistons coach when they won it. I mean, I think he's got 1,098 wins. I mean, it's up there as some of the most of all time. And I mean, he took that Pistons team, and yeah, I mean, Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton and Tayshaun Prince and the Wallaces. I mean, yeah, they were kind of known as the better players at that time, but still, even in that time, you're still playing like Kobe. You're still playing AI. Shaq's still around. LeBron's making a run. D Wade's there. I mean, you still have all those guys having to go through players like that, and
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan's there. Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili. That's Spurs. I mean, and then the Pistons go and win it in 2004, 2005, get that championship with players. Let's just say at that time, Chauncey Billups might have been the only one. Honestly, I might be getting crazy here. In the top 20, maybe even the top 25 players of that time, of that era. And it was just Chauncey Billups. Don't get me wrong. Rip Hamilton, straight bucket, dude. I mean, this dude got buckets, and he could defend anybody on the floor. Tayshaun Prince was a heck of a shooter. I mean, and then Ben Wallace, one of the better defenders the NBA's ever seen. But, I mean, it's just Larry Brown. And Larry Brown even had success at the as well. I mean, at SMU, he was at SMU for a while, and they were making it to the tournament pretty much every year he was there. So, Cool. All right. We have a question in the chat. Um, does Mike D'Antoni get enough credit for changing the way basketball is played? I'm confused. I don't think he
seven
changed the
second
way.
offense.
Oh, the 7 second offense. Yeah, that's fair. You know, yes and no. I think he's part of the switch. He's part of the perimeter kind of like we're trying to like we're trying to get as many buckets as we can. Especially that's regular season. That's regular season. I don't know if you all noticed and how much of the playoffs that you watched. We got to the playoffs, man, and dude started playing freaking defense. Like you didn't see very many teams scoring very much over 100 points in the playoffs this year. Where in the past, I mean, teams are getting 105, 110, 115, 120, even in the playoffs. This year, teams are scoring 80 and 90 points, which is great. That's what I like to see. But yeah, Mike D'Antoni might have been one of the pushes of scoring in numbers, scoring in multitude. But now I think they took that scoring in multitude and scoring quick and combined it with Steve Kerr's philosophy with the Warriors, man. It's a perimeter oriented game. I mean, let's be honest here. It's such a perimeter oriented game. And I think those two have combined and I don't know who you could say or which coach kind of switched it from because Steve Kerr is more the perimeter oriented. We're going to shoot so many freaking threes and try to, we're probably going to shoot just as many threes as twos and see how many of those we can hit to try to win the game. Adding that to the 7 second offense. But now we're also seeing dudes saying, hey, I'm going to score at all three levels. Who's the coach? Who's the coach that maybe started implementing that a little bit more and not just making it a 3 point contest? Because there for a while, I mean, I don't know if you all agree with me or not, and I really don't care. Um, there for a while, it was who shot the most threes, who could hit the most threes, who could shoot 30, 40, 50 threes, 60 threes a game, and who can hit 15 to 20, 20 to 25 of those, Because, I mean, if you, at one point, if you weren't shooting 50 threes a game, 45 to 50 threes a game, you were behind. And if you weren't hitting 15 to 20 of those, you were really, really behind. So, and now it's kind of getting back to where dudes are that they're the game is being able to go from all three levels. One of the most lost arts in basketball at any level is the 15th level, anywhere 50 foot. That mid range shot is one of the most. It's a lost art. KD mastered it. Kobe mastered it. Joe Johnson mastered it. I mean, anyways, you're gonna get me going for too long about that stuff. But yeah, I guess to answer the question about D'Antoni, he's a part. He's a part of the change. Because I mean, there's still teams are still wanting to score at high volumes. Yeah, what do you got? What do you have to say about it, man? I know I'm rambling on. You gotta shut me up.
I mean, I think you kind of hit it on the head. I think D'Antoni kind of, whenever he got in there, and offenses did become kind of more prominent in the game. You saw scoring go up, you saw shot attempts go up because that was kind of his, uh, I guess, his thinking, his way of coaching is he wanted to just try to get as many shots up as you can, and if you make them, that's good. And if you don't, then you're still getting them up. So either way, it was going to succeed. But now I think Steve Kerr does have a lot of. He did have a lot of influence on it. I think he still does. I think teams are still shooting 33s a game most nights at least.
Easily, they're still
So
shooting.
I think that perimeter oriented offense is still a big factor in the NBA, and I think it always will be at this point. But I think that D'Antoni did kind of have that switch to where it went from teams were grinding it out for 70, 80 points a game, and you're having these kind of grinded out games to it became kind of more like uh, not really flashy, but kind of like a more a more offensive oriented more than defense at that time. And so I do think he should get probably more credit for that. But I feel like today's game is more Steve Kerr oriented for sure.
And yeah, like you were saying there, you're saying that like before the 7 second offense was kind of introduced and stuff. You're grinding out 70, 80, maybe 90 points in a game, and but now, except for I mean in the play, and this is how it should be. This is how it should be. Now, if you're not scoring 100, 105 consistently, you can't just be scoring 100. That should be your average. 105 should be your average. There's going to be games you got to be scoring 130, 140. But if you're not scoring if you're not averaging as a team at least 105 to 110 points a game in the regular season, you're either going to be a middle of the pack, maybe missing the playoffs, or not even making the playoffs type team. And just for that whole 82 game span, and that's just today's game, man. That's just but then when we see in the playoffs here, when all these the top teams, when these top 8 teams, then we kind of break it down all the way to the championship, they should be having to compete and actually defend and say, hey, I want this freaking ring, man. I want this trophy. They should be competing at this point. It's not 70 and 80. It's 90 to 100, 90 to 100 type games. So yeah, I mean,
I
it's
think
just
that the the Mavs T Wolves was kind of like that series. That was kind of like a meshing of those two styles in my head. Because yeah, the T Wolves who are kind of more they were the best defense in the league the whole year. They kind of focused their team more on the defensive side of the ball. But then you still have guys like Ant and Cat that can go out there and score for you. But they're really kind of more focused on the defensive side. But then you have the Mavs who kind of almost run that D'Antoni offense of where they're going to go out there and, I mean, you're getting a shot up. If if not 14 seconds into the play, then it's usually around there. I mean, they're going to get their shots up, especially with Luca bringing it up. There's so many times he just called for one screen, and as soon as he got around it, he was pulling it. So, uh, but you saw those two kind of styles mesh in that series, and uh, I mean, the Mavs came out on top. So maybe the 7 second offense is where you need to be.
Hey, well, I don't know about 7 second offense because you've seen D'Antoni's little. He was the coach of the Rockets there when PJ Tucker was. You really seen the 7 second offense when he was in Houston when PJ Tucker was running the five and he was running, you know, 6'5" at the center position and it didn't work. I mean, it didn't work. They won games in the regular season. They what a 7 or 8 seed, 6, 7, 8 seed. They made the playoffs, and then once they got to the playoffs, they got out the door. But that Mike D'Antoni offense, he tried to combine the 7 second offense with more of a short and like running gun guard 1 through 5 guard off lineup, and that can't happen. That will never work. But cool. Great question. Love it. I didn't really think of that's a great topic. See, that's what I'm trying to get to, especially when we bring on these guest speakers to come speak with us. Like, I've got a buddy from here that coaches. We want to talk about, spacing and what's going on in the game now, how it affects it. How was the pick and roll? How effective is the pick and roll still? How effective is this one-on-one stuff? I mean, all that stuff. And we're going to be doing that. I like doing that. I don't want to just sit here and talk about, LeBron James had 30 points tonight. The Lakers are probably going to clinch a playoff spot, this and that. Nah, hell with that. I want to talk basketball, man. That's what I want to do. So. But yeah, great question.
I like it.
That's awesome. I did not expect that. So, all right. Now, the next one is if you take a team from that decade, which one of those teams are you going to be able to put into today's game? I'm not saying in today's game and come in there and win a championship. I'm going to say today, bring them to today's game and it might mirror what they're going to be able to be competitive in today's game. So we'll start with the '80s, man. There's only two teams in the '80s, maybe three. So in the '80s, I've got the Celtics and the Lakers. I mean, let's be serious. That's about the only two that would
Yeah.
probably come to today. I mean, the Celtics having Bird and McHale, as your 1-2 punch. Your duo, Bird and McHale, and then they had Robert Parrish inside as a defender. They kind of look a little. They looked a lot like the kind of to a sense of the T Wolves. I mean, you had your Rudy Gobert with Parrish, and you had your Cat with Kevin McHale, and then you had Bird with your aunt being able to score numbers and whatnot. And then to be able to reflect in today's game, you had Danny Ainge. He's going to be that shooter. He's going to be just that strict 3-point shooter, that JJ Redick, Kyle Korver kind of guy that's going to get shots up and defend a little bit. And then Dennis Johnson to defend. Uh, Bill Walton coming off the bench. So rest in peace, Bill Walton. And then the Lakers, Magic, Byron Scott's that shooter, James Worthy, great scorer. AC Green is a great big man. Kareem. Yeah. I think that those are the only really teams that maybe, but then the other one, the Pistons. I mean, the Pistons maybe with Isaiah and Dumars, and then they had those role players like uh, Lambeer, Mahorn, stuff like that. So, but I just don't think the Pistons had enough firepower, and I don't think they would be able to with Dumars and Isaiah. I don't think they'll be able to put up the numbers to be able to compete consistently in today's world. But with
I think the Pistons just depend on kind of. I think the Pistons kind of just depends on how the game is being called at that point. Because I mean, they were a rough team.
They'll never make it today, man. They'll never make it today.
No,
Oh man, that's great.
that's so you even see it like in the Team USA games that they're playing. They'll have guys out there that are, I'm not saying flopping, but they take a little bit of contact and they're instantly looking for a call. And these FIBA refs, they ain't too, they're kind of a little more rough. They like a little more contact than what the NBA is compared to right now. And so I think if the Pistons played in like with these NBA refs we have now, I wouldn't like their odds very much. They'd probably all foul out. But if they're getting some more lenient ways and able to play their kind of basketball, I think they could maybe succeed.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. So, all right, '90s. You want to go with the '90s? You want to see what teams will maybe compete, or do you have anybody?
I mean, there's a big one.
I mean, yeah, we can be honest. Yeah, I've got kind of a random list, but you go ahead.
I think the Bulls would still succeed in today's game. I think they were the best team of all time for until a few years ago, and now they're the second best.
Who?
So I still think they would.
Who?
Uh,
Who?
I mean, Warriors by record are the best. Warriors by record are the best team of all time, Pat.
Continue, please. Just continue.
Am I saying they are? I'm just saying by record they're the best team of all time.
That's fair. Numbers don't lie. I did say that earlier. Numbers don't lie, guys. Sometimes, hey, sometimes numbers do lie, but go ahead. Hey, another tip number 4. You probably know this one. The ball never lies. So go ahead.
Ball don't lie. Ball don't lie.
Who? Are you
a random team? I kind of have.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think those '90s Hawks teams would be kind of interesting to see play in today's game. Mainly, I just want to see Dominique.
Yeah.
Just kind of, his high flying ability. I feel like that kind of fits in today's game, just being able to, attack the rim. And I'm sure if he played in today's game, he could have a little bit of a jumper on him or something. So I feel like those teams could kind of mesh.
Cool. I like that. Okay. I'll tell you. I put who could maybe translate. I like the Suns, man. The Suns have a bunch of different pieces from the '90s. That I mean, they're not going to be some superstar team, but they've got the shooting, they got the shooters, and then they got the stud on the team. And they had Danny Ainge then, Charles Barkley, Kevin Johnson, Danny Manning, AC Green. He was part of a bunch of great Lakers teams. So I mean, I think the Suns maybe could try to translate in today's game. I just wanted to throw that one out there. That was kind of my sleeper. All right, let's move on to the 2000s, man. Who do you have in the 2000s that might be able to kind of make a push, make some be a competitor in today's game?
Mm, give me. I think the Spurs would still be prominent. I feel like you can never. If Pop's coaching Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Ginobili, they're never going to be bad whenever they play.
Right?
I think if you throw some of those old Nuggets teams on there, like the Mellow Nuggets with J.R.
Mhm.
Smith, Kenneth Fareed, Wilson Chandler, I feel like they could kind of go get some. They could maybe be a problem in the West.
Well, that's 2010s. That's 2010s.
I thought well,
It was early. It was
Carmelo
late.
went to the Nuggets.
Was it? It was
I think it was late 2000s. Melo
late.
was on the Knicks in like
Oh
2011.
yeah. You're right. It was late 2000s, early 2000s. Yeah, go ahead. You're cool. Nice pick. Nice pick.
Trying to think of who else. 2000s. I
I
mean,
mean,
you obviously could throw like the Lakers on there. I'm sure
the Celtics teams,
just teams like
especially
that.
the Celtics later in like
Yeah,
the 2006 to like 2012 team, the Rondo, Allen, Pierce, Garnett, Perkins, all that. I mean, you got to throw them in there. And I even wrote down that Pistons championship team. I think they could try to compete. I really think they can. Um, they've got the guard power. They've got the guard power, and then they've got a great defender in the middle. I mean, another team that kind of resembles the T Wolves now. I mean, minus the cat thing, they don't really have that dude at the 4 spot that can like score at cat's numbers. But I mean, you've got your stud, either Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton as your Anthony Edwards, and a big guy in the middle like Rudy Gobert with like Ben Wallace or Rasheed Wallace. I mean, it's kind of you can kind of throw that in there maybe. But sure. All right. What about 2010s, man? I mean,
all
there's
right.
2010. So you got the Warriors. I mean, that's an obvious one. Warriors teams then would be perfectly fine. I mean, they're one of the reasons why the game is what it is today. And the Thunder. I put the Thunder as well. Uh, I think those early Thunders teams with Durant, Westbrook, even though I'm about to go crazy on Westbrook here in just a second. Those Durant, Westbrook, Harden, Serge Ibaka, Thabo Cephalosha, all those guys they'll be able to fit in today's game. But Russell Westbrook, I'm tired. No, let me just vent for a second about Westbrook. I'm tired of seeing these notifications. I mean, he's going to Denver now. I'm tired of seeing these notifications of um, like it's like the next best signing, like it's like the next best thing. It's like a big superstar is moving teams. This dude's not moving teams. This dude's not getting traded. This dude's getting let go. He got let go by the Jazz twice in a matter of 24 hours. I don't even think it was 24 hours. I'm tired of hearing this. Oh, yeah. Russell Westbrook is getting signed to the Clippers a couple years ago. Here we go. Clippers are back on the map. Russell Westbrook gets signed to the Nuggets. Oh, yeah. They're really, really going to be good next year. Shut up. I'm tired of that, man. There's a reason There's a reason that he's getting paid, I think, $4 or $5 million and only has a 1-year contract. He's washed. He's a role player. If that, I don't even. He didn't even provide. He didn't even provide any help or any I mean, he didn't really do that much when he was at the Clippers. I'm tired of that crap. I'm tired of seeing it. He's done. I don't. I'm glad he had a great career. He had a great career, most triple doubles. I hope he gets one more so he can break. I think that'll. How many does he have? Huh? Has he broke the 200 club yet? I don't. Maybe he has. I don't know. But it's out there. Hold
I
on.
don't
Let me
know.
just. Yes. Look. Triple doubles.
I understand your frustrations. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yes. He has broke the 200 club. Great. He's got 212. I hope you get 3 more so you can have a multiple of 5 and say 215 if that makes your life feel a little bit better. I'm tired of it. He's long gone and he is old news. Old news. Triple doubles aren't even cool anymore. Triple doubles aren't even that impressive anymore. Luka Doncic is getting a freaking triple double every night. Jokic's getting a triple double every night. Anyways, all right, I'm done. I'm done. You go ahead. I'll shut up. I had to say that. I thought about that about Westbrook this week, and I had to get that off my chest. I had to get that off my chest after seeing that crap. He's going to the Nuggets. Whatever. I don't care. He won't even play.
What was the what was the question again?
Oh, sorry. Teams. All right. The last one of the teams from the past that would be now the 2010s. Who's the 2010s?
2010s. You know who I really want to see in today's game? They might not excel, but I have to give them a shout out just because this is my favorite team of all time. The Grit and Grind Grizzlies. Let me see Mike Conley, Marc Gasol, prime Marc Gasol in today's game. He'd be Jokic.
Shut up. Shut up. No.
And he is. He is.
Lord. Anyway.
He can shoot.
Man,
One of the best passing bigs of all time.
Not in Memphis, he couldn't. He had to learn how to. He had to learn how to when he went because when
He could shoot in Memphis.
No, not
He
consistent.
could.
Not consistent. What was his shit? God, I'm really gonna be wrong. Marc Gasol shooting percentage. No way. There's no shot that he was actually that consistent for that long. I thought he had to learn how to shoot the three or he was going to get booted out the freaking door.
Well, he had to learn how to shoot them better and more consistently.
Hey, but I will say
he had a few.
I will say he's kind of like Brook Lopez to a sense. He had to learn how to shoot three. I guess I'll be quiet. Maybe not really, but oh geez, you probably didn't want me to look up these stats, man. Marc Gasol never averaged 20 points a game. That's kind of sad. He was higher on he was kind of like one of my favorites, but now that I see that he didn't even average. He got 19 and a half.
Had too much depth.
Too much depth.
I
will say,
Mike Conley, Rudy Gay,
Hey, I will say that when he was playing, I wasn't a big fan of this dude, but now that I was like sit here and say I got to watch this guy play, it's kind of cool. Hey, Z-Bo, I'm a big fan. I like Z-Bo. He was kind of a dog. I will say that.
Oh, he was kind of a dog. He was a dog. Junkyard dog, baby.
That's great. Junkyard dog. Thank you.
Tony Allen, one of the best defenders of all time. I mean, I would just. They need to be in today's game. They need it.
Oh wow! But yeah, that's go check the comments. Who's this OG Pat? Who is this? Do you see the comments? I like the last one.
JV Pat.
Marc Gasol equals JV Pat. I love it. Who is this?
That's insane.
OG Pat. Are they trying to be like
somebody that don't know ball?
Are they trying to make fun of me or is this like a legit person?
I don't know.
I guess we'll figure it out. Maybe they'll
Maybe OG Pat.
Maybe OG Pat. You never know. No, that's me. That's me. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Anybody? All right. We're gonna go
No,
on.
anonymous. You never know.
Anonymous. All right, we're gonna go on. We're gonna get really, really good here. The comments are probably gonna start blowing up here as long whoever's watching. We're gonna do all time starting five, all time second five. Who's coming off the bench for these guys, and then we're gonna rank these. I'm gonna assume that your starting five and your second five is also gonna be your top 10. I mean, let's be serious, right? Probably. Okay, so then
Yeah.
we're going to rank those two lineups top 10 players. So I'll start. I'll start with my starting five. Love it. This is going to be great. At the point guard. And it took till 2022 for me to say this. It took me a long time. And if Cade Ports is watching, or if Cade Ports will be watching this at some point, he finally got me. Steph Curry at the one. Steph Curry is in the starting five. Steph Curry is the one. At the two, you got MJ. Give me MJ at the two. At the three, I've got Kobe. At the four, I've got LeBron. And at the five, I got Timmy D. Curry, Kobe, MJ, Bron, Timmy D is my starting five. Who do you have in your starting?
No Larry Legend?
I'm a reasonable man. I know how it goes. I'm a basketball man. I know how it goes. I'm a reasonable man. This is all time starting five with no bias, and I can only be the one with bias because the Grizzlies have never been good or never produced a good enough player to be in the top 25. So, and we're fine there with you. So let's go start. Who's your starting five, man?
All right. At point guard, Mike Conley. No, I think Steph. I hated Steph for numerous years, but he has earned my respect, and I do think he's the best point guard of all time. And I think if I'm building a team of anyone, I would want Steph Curry on my team. So I'll take Steph at my one. I'm taking MJ at my two. No brainer.
No brainer.
At the three, I'm gonna take LeBron. You went kind of small ball. I'm still going big man ball. I'm gonna take Bron. My four, I'm gonna take. Give me Dirk. I want Dirk. I want the floor spacing. Am I saying he's? I think Tim Duncan is a better power forward over all time. But if I'm building a team, I want that spacing.
No, we're not building a team right now. Because we just, I mean, did you? So you're
we're not building a team.
You're putting Dirk in your top 10.
I think he's on the fringe.
Continue. I can't believe you just disrespected Timmy D like that, man.
Well, if we're not building a team, I'll take Dirk out because I would rather have Tim Duncan playing my four, but
okay,
they don't slot. You know, I wanted that floor spacing with Bron and MJ. You know, and then at my five, I want Kareem. Give me Kareem. Tim Duncan. Yeah. Steph, MJ, LeBron, Tim Duncan, Kareem.
That's your starting five, so that's your top five. No, it doesn't have to be. Never mind. Did not just say that. Did not just say that at all. Did not just say that at all. Okay. Second five. Who's your second five?
Second five, we're gonna have Magic coming off the bench. 6-man point guard, facilitator. My two, I'm gonna have Kobe.
Yeah, have to.
My three, we're just gonna get more buckets, and I'm gonna take KD. My four, I mean, Dirk might be saying. My 4, give me. Now, you know what? We're running a weird line. My 4, give me Hakeem. And my 5, give me Shaq.
Elijah Wan, huh? Elijah Wan.
I like.
Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So now I'll give you. I kind of like the Elijah Wan pick. He's not on mine, but okay, I kind of like that a little bit. It's not bad. He won a couple chips. He was really successful. The Dream Shake, some of the best footwork in
Exactly. He's
NBA
got a.
history. Some of the best footwork in NBA history. So that's okay. I like that. Not bad. All right, my second 5. So you know how in the first 5 I kind of went some small ball there in the first 5, sort of, kind of. This second 5 is like, yeah, we're big. We're going Magic at the 1. Obviously, Magic at the 1. At the 2, we've got Bird. Bird's running the 2. One of the best years of all time. Birdman, great. 3, Durant. 4, Kareem. 5, Shaq. We're big in the second half. We're coming off the bench, punching people in the mouth, dunking on people, getting buckets all over the floor, running 6'9", 6'8", 6'9", 7 foot, and 7 foot. I mean, what can you do? I mean, what can you do? So, yeah,
I like it.
great.
I like it.
Not bad. All right. Um, for your first, so let's just say that these two teams are. I'm assuming that we're going to have the same answer here. Let's just say these two teams are playing 5-on-5. You got to give each one of them a coach. My all-time, the starting 5 for the coach, I'm giving Pop, and then for the second 5, I'll give Phil. I don't know if you're going to have any different answer. I just thought that'd be kind of cool.
I mean, I would give me.
Oh.
I want Pop as my head coach. Yeah.
So yeah, the other guy would kind of be
And
yours.
then my assistant,
Because he'll be coaching
give
the second
me
5.
give me Pat Riley as
Ooh.
my assistant.
Ooh, sleeper though. I'll give a sleeper. If it's not going to be Phil, I don't think I'll go Pat. If it's not Phil, I'm either going. I'm going Spolstra. I'm going Spolstra if it's not Phil. Maybe even Steve Kerr. Maybe even Steve Kerr, man. I don't know. But anyways, all right. Now let's rank these guys. Let's rank these top 10. Let's rank them. All right. I'll give you my 1, and then we'll just go. We'll just do. No, we'll go 10 to up. 10 to up. All right. Who's your 10? Just give us one. Who's your 10
Okay.
out of those guys?
So
Who's
my
your 10?
10 is my worst player out of those guys starting.
Who's number 10 on your list out of those guys?
Probably right now, KD.
There's no way you didn't put Elijah on at 10. There's no way. Oh, there's no way you didn't put Elijah on at 10.
He's good. He's Hakeem.
Over Durant?
What's KD done?
He's won 2 rings. He's put up more buckets. He's arguably
Got gifted them.
He's arguably one of the best scorers of all time, and he's 7 foot.
He had to leave. He had to go ring chase with the team that beat him. Join a super team. He ain't getting no respect from me.
Wow, that's crazy. All right, I'll just say my number 10. My number 10 out of my guys was Shaq. Shaq was my number 10. So, yeah. All right. Do you have any rebuttal to that? What's your 9? What's number 9? Give me number 9.
I mean, Shaq would definitely be higher on my list, but it's fine, I guess. Hakeem will be my 9, though. Hakeem will be my 9.
All right. All right. Well, my 9. I put Duncan at my 9. It hurt having to do it. It really hurt having to put Timmy D at 9. I'm serious. He's in my starting 5. He is in my starting 5, but he's number 9 on my top 10. I it hurt, man. Probably arguably one of my favorite players of all time. Timmy D's my 9. Number 8, I've got Kevin Durant. Oh, it hurts. I might have to switch those two. No, I take it back. I'm sorry, Tim Duncan. I'm sorry. I take it back. KD at 9, Tim Duncan at 8. Tim Duncan at 8. KD at 9, Tim Duncan at 8. I take it back. I'm sorry. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I take it back. All right, who's your 8?
That's absolute blasphemy. You thought that in the first place. That is horrible.
I'm sorry. I take it back. I took it back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What's wrong with you? What am I? 8?
8.
8. I will put. I'm gonna go Magic. I think Magic slides right in there.
Okay. That's not bad. Well, I mean, that's pretty much. I put Magic at 7 for me. Magic's my 7. So, okay. Who's your 7?
Yeah, I think it's fair positioning. I think it's fair positioning for him.
Very fair.
My 7, I'll go. Let's see who. I'll go. I think this is where I'm gonna put Steph.
Ooh, at your 7.
At my
Wow.
7, yes.
Wow.
I don't think he's cracked my top 6 yet. It's possible that he could.
And your reasoning? What's your reasoning?
I think there's no shame on Steph, really. I mean, I think he's the greatest point guard to ever play. I just think that the other 6 guys I have on my team are just better at basketball.
Oh. Okay. All right. I'll have a little explanation for me here.
Yeah.
My 6. Give me Birdman. Larry Bird, number 6. Bird for 3. Larry Bird for 3. Bird for 3. Dude could score anywhere on the floor, and he didn't. He didn't just score anywhere on the floor. He told you where he was going to score. He told you. He said, "Hey man, hey dummy, I'm going to dribble right a couple times, spin back left, shoot a fadeaway right here at the elbow, and it's going to go right in your freaking eye." And he did it. He scored 41 out of 47 with his left hand. What can you do about that? Larry Bird, 6. Who's your 6?
Larry Bird's not even top 16.
Come on,
washed up plumber.
Come on, you're not even being serious about that. I know you're not. Go ahead. Who's your 6?
My 6, I'm going to give that to Mr. Shaquille O'Neal.
What's 6? Okay. I guess I'll give it to you. I'm glad he didn't break your top 5. All right. Who's your 5? Who's your 5?
Number 5 is Timmy D. Duncan.
Timmy Duncan. Love it. Love the
Greatest
love.
power forward to ever play the game.
Love the love for Timmy D. That's great. Mine's Steph, man. Steph is 5 for me. He had to be, dude. He single-handedly changed the game. Single-handedly. Not even just at the NBA level, because I'm still dealing with it today as a freaking coach, man. You don't understand how many threes my travel team shoots. Dude. Like, you don't even understand, man. Whatever. Steph Curry at 5 for me.
They had that commercial in the 90s. Be like Mike. They should make one today. It's be like Steph, because that's what every kid wants to be. Every kid wants to be Steph.
It is, dude. I'm telling you. There's a couple tournaments that we went to, man. I'd say at least half. It had it's either dead even or just a few less of amount of inside the arc shots we took, either layups or 15-footers and 3-pointers. Some games we shot more threes. I'll just leave it at that. But anyways, all
It's
right.
on you as a coach.
Me as a coach? No, man. You know what I say? I was actually the assistant coach for this squad. Except for this weekend, I had to do the head coaching part. I'd be sitting down there on the bench, getting them fired up, having a good time. Our head coach would be like, "My God, we're just shooting so many threes right now." I said, "Coach, just let them go. Coach, just let them go. Just let them do it. Let them sling it. We're about to put up 80 on this team. We're about to put up 80 on this team. Let them go." So, all right. Who's your four?
My 4 belongs to. Who have I not said yet? Oh,
Ron.
Kobe.
Kobe's your four. This is where
Kobe's
things
my
are
4.
This is where things are gonna get crazy. I'll just hold up for a second. My four is Kareem. My four is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I had to leave him in the top five because of all the. I mean, he put up numbers, man. I mean, he's the leading scorer in NBA history for however long it was. It was what, 30 years, pretty much. So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, fourth on my top 10. Now I'm going to go ahead and start here. We're going top three. Number three, and until LeBron James beat the scoring record this past year, this guy that I'm about to say was number two. And this is period. And I'm going to explain why. Number three is Kobe Bryant. Number three is Kobe Bryant. And here's why. Kobe Bryant was two. Kobe Bryant was two over LeBron simply because Kobe Bryant is a more skilled, a more developed Michael Jordan. But he was two behind Jordan because one, was more of a winner. Jordan was more of a winner. At the end of the day, he has more rings, and rings say a lot. Jordan was more of a winner than Kobe. And two, Kobe kind of came a cancer to a team there later on in his career when he was still shooting 25, 30 shots a game. 20, 30 shots a game. That's great. But other than that, and I still want to put Kobe Bryant at two. I still wanted to put Kobe Bryant at two. But LeBron broke the freaking scoring record. I'm like, okay, I'll just let you have it just for a little pity and whatnot. Kobe Bryant is a more skilled, more developed Michael Jordan, and that's why he's second best of all time in my heart, but I have to give it to LeBron for now at two. So there's my 3 and 2. It's Kobe Bryant at 3, LeBron at 2.
I'm going to assume your number 1 is MJ.
Well, yeah, and then MJ's 1. I mean, yeah, but I mean you can't see. I can go on and on about this LeBron where he falls in this mix, man. Yeah, he's won 4 rings. Yeah, he scored this many points, and yeah, he's put up these numbers and this whatever. But dude won 4 rings. But shit, dude,
How
he's
about
been.
you? How about you
But he's lost.
hold those thoughts until after I.
He's lost more finals than he's won. He's lost more finals than he's won, and it's not. Dude, come on. You can't sit here and tell me. You can't put him one if you've lost more of it than you have won. That's just not fair. That's just not fair when the dude that's won has never lost when he was there. Never lost when he was there. It's not the fact that he's got the most rings of all time, or tied the most rings of all time. Or no, sorry, tied second most rings of all time. Sorry, Bo Russell, that's on me. Tied second most rings of all time. Never lost one when he was there. Go ahead, give me your 3. Kobe Bryant's 2. I'm
My
off the
three
rails.
is my 3 is Kareem. Kareem had the scoring record for 30 years. Best big man to ever play the game. It's no slight to Kobe. I love Kobe. R.I.P. homie. But he just had you hold that scoring record for 30 years, dominated the time he was in basketball, just a single man show.
Oh, easy. Oh, easy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, not a single man show.
Not a single man show. I know he had,
Magic.
what I'm saying is
Oscar Robertson.
he was dominating. He was dominating during those times more than Kobe was dominating during his time. Now, you might want to hold your feelings in because I'm about to make them even worse. At my two, these thoughts changed about 2 years ago, last year, some point in that time.
You're not about to say it.
At my 2 is going to be Michael Jordan. And I'll tell you why. Pat. If you ever come back to the screen.
I'm holding my composure right now. I'm holding my composure right now.
He's 2 because the competition during whenever MJ was playing, he got 6 rings. He was on the best team of all time. His teammates were better. He was playing less competition. And honestly, if you watch his film and stuff, I mean, obviously he's a great player, second best of all time. But he didn't have in his bag what LeBron has in his bag. And so with that being said, number 1, my GOAT, LeBron James. Best ever played basketball, best ever lace up a pair of shoes. We're witnessing history right now watching him play. We'll be able to tell our grandkids we saw the best player in the world play basketball, Pat. Because it'll stay like that for a while. You're witnessing greatness, Pat.
Okay, read me this. All right, are you done? Are you done? So I can start getting. So I can give my. I'll give my. I'll try to be subtle. I'll try to be contained. Um, so you're.
I'm
so
done.
yeah. Okay. I halfway agree. Halfway agree with the competition part. Halfway agree with the competition. Okay, yeah. The players now are more developed. I do agree with that. Now, LeBron didn't have his success. LeBron didn't have his championships outside of his Mickey Mouse bullshit championship in the bubble. So that didn't even count. Dudes barely even got to even practice then. So so they had no. There was just whatever. His success.
Some would argue that was the hardest championship to win, Pat.
Bullshit. No, that's crap. No, not at all. But his success was in his success was in the early 2010s before the Warriors. 2 of his rings, we'll say that 2 of his 4 rings became before the Warriors assembled. Before the true Warriors assembled. Not just Stephen Clay. Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant plays a big part in the Warriors' success in those late 2010s. They don't get Durant, they don't win that many rings. They maybe get one of them. That's first. Second, yeah, I'll say his most earned one was in 2016. I'll give him that one. That was one of the best championship wins anybody's ever had. The competition thing I'm half.
It is the best. It's the best in history.
The competition thing I'm half and half on. It's just the fact that yes, they're more developed, but it's not that they're. Yeah, this is going to get really crazy right here. It's not that they're more developed. I'm trying to find a great way to put this, and a very subtle way to put this. They're more developed because they have to be. They're more developed because they have to be, and They're more developed because they're more developed and it looks a little bit more different. They're more developed because it was two different play styles in two different decades of basketball. Now,
I agree.
we can't sit here and say that LeBron is succeeding against better competition because it's the best it's ever been now, after COVID. After COVID, it's the best it's ever been now. And look what he's doing now. Zero success. Zero. Getting bounced by the Nuggets. Getting bounced by the Nuggets. Not even taking them to a game seven game series. He's getting bounced in 5. I'm not saying the Nuggets are bad. I'm not saying that the Nuggets are great, dude. The Nuggets are great. But if we're going to sit here and talk competition, then what are we doing now? Is it that? I think it is better now. It is better now than when it was when LeBron was the most successful, and it's better now than it was when Jordan was here. But I think we have to say that, and we have to realize that it's because they're more developed, yes, but it's two completely different play styles, and you really can't compare the two. You can't compare the 2 decades. That's my peace of mind on that. Sorry, I know I'm getting wild. I'm getting wild.
So Pat, what you're saying is, you're saying MJ is better because he played worse people, and you're putting that as a diss on LeBron.
More of a winner, dude. I went over that. He went to the finals. And not just won more finals than he lost finals. He went to the finals and never lost. That's tough. That's tough to say. I went to the finals against the best players in the world at whatever time it is, playing against the best players in the world and never losing a series to take home the trophy. That's what I'm saying. And I don't think LeBron can. Yeah, we're sitting here saying LeBron's his stature and stuff like that. It'd be great. Yeah, he's a big, strong dude. I mean, he's a bruiser, and his stature and his game style in the now it would be great in the 80s and the 90s, but he can't play in the 80s and 90s. He can't. He's too big of a baby. He's too big of a baby.
LeBron could have played in the 80s and 90s. LeBron thrived in the early 2000s. They were still running. Right whenever you said you liked that Pistons team, LeBron was dominating already, and he was in the second year, Pat.
But anyways, that's great. Let's look at the chat.
Hey, you'll come around one day. That's your goat too. You just don't know it.
Never. My goat's Larry Bird. That's crazy. Let's look at the chat. What we got? Anything? We're in a pretty controversial there, so we need to look at the chat.
OG Pat's going off.
That's great. He probably needs to. What did he say?
That's practice squad defensive skill. I agree.
So best athletes in the world in each generation, therefore, had hard to compare. Any generation, the best athletes would adapt to any style of play if that's what they know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to adapt to what play style is going on in the NBA.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? No, yeah, I'm not arguing with anybody here. Yeah, that's fair. You have to adapt to the play style now, and that's why you seriously can't compare the two different play styles, the 2 different decades. I mean, you can't because they were 2 completely different things. What team in the 80s and the 90s were shooting 40, 50 threes a game? No, 0. That'd probably be like
I agree.
That'd be like witchcraft then. And
if they seen Jokic play basketball in the 80s,
it'd be crazy.
They'd hang it.
Easy now. But anyways,
they would. They'd arrest him.
All right, what else we got? So, but anyway, go ahead.
If LeBron is playing in that time, would he have won more?
No.
I think LeBron playing in the 80s has as many rings as Jordan does. I think he does easily.
Yeah, he probably has as many rings as Jordan, but it's probably taken him like 20 finals appearances. He's not a winner. He's not a winner.
That's another thing, Pat. Longevity. How long did MJ play? What?
Hey, I like the longevity. That puts him up. That's another reason why he's at my 2 now. The scoring and the longevity. You got to give him props there. But I'll stick by what I said about Jordan. I'll stick by that 6-0 in the finals.
I'm just saying.
That says a lot. 6-0 in the finals.
I mean, it's a great stat. Yeah, it's a great stat.
But yeah,
it just means he never made the finals more than 6 times. So, LeBron's made it. Probably like what? 7 at this point. I don't remember.
7 or 8. 2 more. Come on. Seriously, dude. He's probably. I think he's been like. Oh no. He's been there more than that. Right? No. 10.
Well, he's won. LeBron has what? 3 rings?
4.
4. And he lost. Yeah, he might. He's probably been in the finals 9 times by now. 8, 9,
10. 10.
10?
It's 10, and he's got 10.
He's going to double MJ by the time he retires.
It's taking him almost double the appearances to not even tie it. Come on, man. Come on now.
Hey. Conference finals appearances matter too, man. He made it 10 times.
Anyways, great conversation there, man. That's great. We needed this. This is great. First hot take. First hot take of your career so far on the podcast, not mine.
Yeah, you know, my take's agreed upon by about, I'd say it's probably 50-50, honestly. I bet if you polled the world, 50% has MJ, 50% has LeBron. Something around there.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Some people, if you do like a poll and you do like Bron, MJ poll to vote on, you also put others. Some dudes might put Steph Curry. But
some people would probably. I know a lot of people would have Kobe. Maybe some Stephs at this point.
Hey, Kobe's my 2. Off the record, Kobe's my 2. But if I have to say it publicly, then yeah, LeBron's. So, all right, great conversation. You want to do coaching?
Kobe.
You want to rate some coaches now, man? Or do you have a question?
I had to get deep in.
Or do you have any questions that you want? Do you have any questions you want to talk about?
I say we do one more little segment and then we'll probably end it. We've been on here, what, hour and a half?
Yeah.
All right. So what's the last thing we want to talk about? What do we want to end it on? Well, I want to ask you this. This kind of going for next season, I guess, but
Right.
I want your predictions, I guess. I want you to predict kind of the playoffs of next year. You don't have to do all 8 teams on each side, but do like the semis, conference finals, and then who you think is going to win. And we'll see if we defer anywhere.
You want to do that now? Dude, that's like a 30-minute segment. Oh my God, you're going to make.
It's easy.
I'm gonna have to think, man.
Just semi, conference. Fine.
Let me write this down.
I'll draw mine.
So we got the West. There, then the West finals, man, and then we got semis, West finals, and then.
I'm writing mine down right now for you. I'll tell you.
Are we? Are we talking? Are we talking? How many games, or who's just going to win the series?
Just win the series.
Okay, just win the series. All right, cool.
And you don't got to do all 8 teams. Just do like the semis, and then start the semis. Be like, I think the Nuggets will make the semifinals. I think they'll play whoever, and then just
Okay, all right. You only put like a seed, like what seed I predict them to potentially be at? Be kind of cool.
Nah, you can just say.
Well, I mean that's how it's going to match up, right? You got to say if like this team's a 1 seed, they're going to be playing the 5 seed team. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I got
you
you.
can go with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Just so it just makes more sense in my head. That's just why I'm gonna do that.
I already got my West done easy.
Well, it's just done easy, huh?
Easiest conference in basketball, yeah. Mm. Mm.
All right. Well, I got my Eastern Conference done. I'm having to pull up the teams and look at them. Yeah. Oh, dude, that's bold. Oh, dude, that's bold. Oh my gosh.
All right. I'm ready whenever you are, man.
Give me just a second.
We can keep track of this, see how good we do next year
Woo.
whenever I predict this exactly right.
Come on. You can't be serious. This is about. I'm telling you right now. This is about to be bold, son. Oh, wow. This ain't gonna be right.
You got Celtics losing in the first round. They probably won't make it to the semis.
Oh, you're gonna love this. All right, go. You go first.
Starting the West.
That's fine.
All right. As my 1 seed in the West,
This is conference
I
final.
think
This
the
is
Grizzlies.
Oh, we're not starting out like this. We're not starting out like. Go ahead. Never mind.
I'm telling you,
Go.
the Grizzlies will be matching up with the Minnesota Timberwolves
At what
in the
seed?
second round of the Western.
So T
Timberwolves
Wolves are your.
probably be like a 5.
Oh my god. Okay. Continue, please.
Yeah. And then the Nuggets will be taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. But the Nuggets will prevail. And we'll get a
Yeah.
Grizzlies Nuggets Western Conference Finals.
Who's going to the finals?
The Memphis Grizzlies, baby.
You're
We're on top next year. I'm telling you.
Such a clown.
Ja is coming back.
You are such a my god.
Ja is leading us, baby.
All right, do your Eastern Conference. Or you just want me to do my Western Conference?
In my East,
Yeah, do your East.
we got the 1 seeded Celtics,
Thank you.
and they'll be taking on Probably about the 5 seed Miami Heat.
Ooh. Okay. Don't agree with that, but
I think the
okay.
Celtics beat them though. I think the Celtics are. I think the Heat are going to be back next year. I think Jimmy. I think they'll have some better health luck, hopefully.
He's gonna be a
And then the Sixers and the Bucks. Sixers and the Bucks will play each other, and I think the Sixers are loaded up too nice to lose to them. So I
All
think
right.
we're getting a Celtics Sixers conference finals, and I do believe the Boston Celtics will take care of them again.
And then we're winning the championship.
In the championship, we have my Memphis Grizzlies versus the Boston Celtics. And John Morant is going to prove that he's the best player in the league and win his first national title, bringing an NBA ship home to Memphis, baby.
Whatever. That's not even. We'll see how many games he
Book
actually.
it, book it right now.
We'll see how many games he actually plays.
Oh,
all right.
He's playing all.
All right, I'm going to start in the Eastern Conference because my Western Conference is going to be kind of cool. I think I've got some fun coming on here. So it's going to be kind of. I think I need to switch some stuff up though. I'm starting something already. Oh, you're going to love it. You put me on the spot, so I just threw something together, but I kind of like it now. Look at it.
Yeah.
My Eastern Conference,
Mm-hmm.
Celtics at the 1 seed, playing the 5th seed Pacers. We take care of them again. We move to the conference finals, and then the other one's going to be my 2 seed Sixers playing my 3 seed Knicks, and then the Knicks take that one. So they're not getting put out in the second round again. And then Celtics Knicks. Celtics go on again. I mean, it'll be scary. That's a 7-game series if we play the Knicks next year and they're healthy. Maybe 6. Celtics go into the finals from the East again. So, all right. My West. My 1 seed Timberwolves. My 1 seed Timberwolves are taking on yeah. My 1 seed Timberwolves are taking on my 5 seed Denver Nuggets. 4 or 5 seed. We can interchange 4 or 5 there with the Nuggets. It doesn't matter. Same difference. 1 seed Timberwolves are playing the Nuggets in the first round. The Timberwolves yet again. They're running. They're moving. They're going on to the conference finals yet again. My second semifinals. My this is so funny right here. You're probably gonna love this. My 3 seed Sacramento Kings. My 3 seed Sacramento Kings
Okay.
are going to be playing.
Yeah.
We're having new blood. My 3 seed Sacramento Kings are taking on the 6 seed New Orleans Pelicans, and the Kings are going to win and going on playing Minnesota.
Pat, I said playoffs, not play in. Wrong.
And then Minnesota and Sacramento are playing in the Western Conference Finals. Like what is that? New blood, son. New blood. Minnesota Timberwolves they're gonna try to redo what they did this year. They're gonna try to redo. Minnesota and Boston are in the finals together. But we still got them. Experience. Already have it. Celtics for the championship.
Of course you did.
Celtics for the championship. Don't you love it? Don't you love that Kings Pelicans matchup in the conference semis, man? Oh man. I mean, let's just be
If the
all right.
Pelicans make it to it.
Hey, let's be serious, man. I think they can do it. The Suns aren't beating them. I think Dallas ain't moving on this year. I think this past year was their chance.
I agree. I don't have the Mavs in mind either. I think the Mavs are going to fall off a little bit, but
Kings, Pelicans, conference semis.
Yeah. I think that was a great way to end. We had some take. I don't know what that was.
Something, man. Something. That's great. All right. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's
Pelicans going to the semis next year. Can't wait.
DeJounte Murray's going to take them over the hump, man. Take them over the hump.
Okay.
But all right, let's get out of here, man. I'm getting hungry, dude. So thanks again, everybody, for listening.
Let's say I got eaten.
Thanks again for everybody listening. I know we kind of said it was going to be a shorter episode potentially, but nah, it ended up not being. Like, follow, subscribe, let everybody know. Let your people know that the new episode's out. I'll be putting the new episode link all over the link to the YouTube page to watch the new episode all over the YouTube. All over the social medias for everybody to watch, man. Promote us. We appreciate it. Thanks for listening. We'll see you all. We won't set a day yet. It's either going to be Wednesday or Sunday. I think I'm going to put up a poll this week on what day you all as listeners prefer, and then we're just going to run with that. So, all right. We'll see y'all
Later.